Welcome to the Darshan Center for Spiritual Evolution.
Very hard to be around.
I've been around.
I feel like, you know, it's okay to be around. We did that one.
We did it like 2 weeks ago, yeah. You remember that? We got 2 minutes.
What happens is today? Oh, that's why.
Yeah! Oh my god, a new one!
Oh my God.
Oh my god!
No, it's
Look at this! I got the rain stick! Oh my god! Okay, so honestly,
All right. Beautiful. The truth.
everybody go, oh, you got a haircut!
Namaste, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. So for our call to worship, we're going to invite you guys to stand as Rev Mary leads us in our calling to the directions. And I'm going to invite you guys all to follow Rev G.
Follow me. Facing, right now we're going to face south first. And we're going to bless the south.
And when you say a ho, you're going to shake your rattles, your music makers, whatever you got.
To the spirits of the south, Sachamama, great serpent, come be with us. Be with us and teach us your ways. Teach us the way of beauty, teach us the way of grace. Teach us to be belly to belly with the mother. Share with us your medicine so that we can shed our past the way you shed your skin all at once. Come and be with us. Aho.
Aha!
To the winds of the west, spirits of the west, come. Atarango, mother, sister, jaguar, come, protect our medicine space. Share with us your teachings. Teach us the way of the spiritual warrior who has no enemies in this life or the next. Teach us to cross that rainbow bridge beyond death, beyond fear, and to walk the path of integrity and peace. come be with us. Aho. To the spirits of the north, the ancestors, those who have come before us and those who will come after us, come be with us. Share with us your wisdom and your teachings. Show us your ways. Spirit of the hummingbird, teach us your medicine so that we may too drink the nectar of life deeply and make our lives an epic journey. Come be with us. Aho. Aho. To the winds of the east, great spirits of the east, great eagle condor, come down from your mountaintops. Come from the place of the rising sun. Share with us your medicine so that we too can fly wing to wing with great spirit and see with clarity and vision and dream our world into being. Come be with us. Aho. Aho. Pachamama, sweet, sweet Mother Earth,
Facing front.
you who nurtures us with your belly, we gather here this day to honor you and all of our relations. The stone people, the plant people, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the creepy corally, the finned, and the fur ones. Come be with us, hold us, allow us to honor you as you honor us. Aho. Aho. Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, come to the Star Brothers, the Star Sisters, come join us. Great Spirit, you have 1,000 names, but are the unnameable. We call upon you. Come hold us in our space as we do our work. Come, come, come. Aho. Aho.
And we asked a friend to read card one.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Our call to worship reminds us why we are here tonight, to celebrate, explore, and develop an inner faith experience and join together in sacred celebration of spirit. We welcome you to the Darshan Center for Spiritual Evolution, where our vision is attuned to a higher awareness of oneness. This house of worship is an interfaith and interfaith sacred space for all people to heal, grow, learn, and develop a spiritual consciousness that celebrates the manifestation of the divine in all things.
This spiritual community is one of interfaith exploration and embraces all faiths that are affirming and positive, adhering to the highest spiritual goal of be good and do good. The major tenet of this spiritual community is that there is one infinite, all-powerful, all-knowing, ever-present divine source that moves in and around all that is seen and unseen.
We affirm that this divine source is called by many names and is beyond name and form, and recognize that while there are many paths that lead to enlightenment, each person is on their own personal journey towards the awareness and understanding of the divine.
We believe that we are spiritual beings having a human experience and that we are spiritually evolving in this lifetime.
We declare that enlightenment is possible in the here and now, and that this enlightenment can offer us joy everlasting.
We know that living in the present moment and recognizing that the true I am, which is our divine nature, is where enlightenment lies.
And we hope that you experience darshan, which is a Sanskrit term for visit with the divine, as a result of this sacred celebration that's been designed for you tonight. We are the guardians of the Darshan Center. We're so pleased to have you here with us in Satsanga, which is good association. Please join us now as we celebrate with song.
Let's give a shout out to our chief cornerstone, Mother Earth. Every tribe, every tongue, recognize we are one. End of sorrow, end of pain. Come and praise Creator's name. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 yeah. Speak to the land, oh man of war, every island, different shore. All God's people say, ah-ho, raise a shout, we are home. Oh, 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 yeah. Every tribe, every tongue, recognize that we are one. End of sorrows, end of pain. Come and praise Creator's name. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh,
Mother God, Father God, Great Spirit, we thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight, and we thank you for Rev Max and all of every relation of his, which means all of us. We thank you for us all being here and recognizing our oneness, recognizing that there is no separation. We thank you for all of the creepy crawlies, all of the four-leggeds, all of the two-leggeds. We thank you for the winged ones and the finned ones. We thank you for this beautiful Mother Earth, which you have given us, our Mother, who provides us with all that we need. And we say, Amen,
Amen.
Amen,
Amen.
Aho,
Aho.
Ashe,
Ashe.
Blessed be,
Blessed be.
So it is.
So it is.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
This reading is an anonymous indigenous poem. For hundreds of years, certainly for thousands, the indigenous elders have taught us all my relations, meaning all living things in the entire universe. All our relations, they have said time and time again. Do you doubt still? A rock alive? You say it is hard. It doesn't move of its own accord. It has no eyes. It doesn't think. But rocks do move. Put one in a fire, it will get hot, won't it? That means, won't you agree, that its insides are moving ever more rapidly. So don't kid me, my friend. Rocks change. Rocks move. Rocks flow. Rocks combine. Rocks are powerful friends. I have many, big and small. Their processes at our temperatures are very slow, but very deep. I understand because you see, I am part rock. I eat rocks. Rocks are part of me. I couldn't exist without the rock in me. We are all related. No, it's alive, I tell you, just like the old ones say. They've been there, you know. They've crossed the boundaries, not with computers, but with their very own beings.
You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who will look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or ask the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll around in all the riches around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or let the eagle tell you where he's been? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? How high does a sycamore go? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. You never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, for whether we are white or copper skin, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
Namaste, everybody. Namaste. You know, we talk about oneness a lot here. I don't know if you follow us on Instagram, but a lot of the posts I've been posting lately have been just that. The oneness between different faith practices, the oneness of each human being on the planet. And I think we all agree with that, right? Do we all believe that we are, each of us, connected?
Yes.
Yeah. But there's an area of oneness that I believe we need to focus a little bit more on. And that is our oneness with nature. A few weeks ago, I spotted an advertisement at for an online summit. It was a shamanic wisdom summit. So usually I would just think to myself, oh, that's really cool, but keep scrolling, because you know, who has the time? But for some reason, I was pulled to register to this. And I figured, you know, I'll just try to tune in when I can at work. there were these amazing speakers from all over the world. Different tribal leaders, influential elders, shamans, Wiccan practitioners, all different representatives from the many indigenous practices that still exist. And a similarity that they really drove home, which is present at the core of all these different practices, is a respect, honoring, and connection to the planet, to the earth, and to nature. That is their commonality. Indigenous faith practices have this connection, this bond to nature, that many in more recent or doctrine practices don't. And that's because most of us were brought up to see ourselves as separate from the earth, working alongside with the planet rather than a part of it, when in fact, we are just as connected. Our presence plays a huge role in the cycle of this existence. Did you know that numerous studies have shown that we are connected to the Earth's magnetic field? The resonant frequency of the Earth's magnetic field, these field line resonances, are exactly the same as the human heart rhythm when at a coherent state. It's believed that Earth's magnetic field acts as a carrier wave for biological information. So think about the 100th monkey we talk about here. An effect where one monkey on one island decided to start washing their fruit and it tasted better. So then all the other monkeys on their island did that. And after 100, an island miles away, monkeys started washing their fruit because it tasted better. Think about the full moon's effect on people, or how our bodies may ache or feel a certain way during different weather patterns. Animals who have no access to the Weather Channel start to prepare their habitat for severe weather days before the storm even happens. It is in this magnetic field of the planet. It is this vibration, this frequency wave passing along information to all biological organisms, which is everything. Everything you see is made up of atoms. It's made up of an element. It's easy for us to overlook such things as a rock or dirt or this chair because modern science doesn't define it as a living organism by their definition. But ask a shaman, ask a Native American, and they will tell you that of course that rock is alive. Of course that sand is alive. And not just alive, it's a part of us. We are all connected. There are a few reasons why there is this earth and us mentality. And it starts at the very beginning. Children of indigenous faith practices go through particular rites of passage, which interweave them to nature, to the earth, that most civilizations don't recognize. In some indigenous cultures, coming of age children must go into the wilderness on their own, sometimes for weeks at a time, living off the land. Some cultures participate in rituals where individuals must withstand the elements, submerging in freezing water or jumping from cliffs with only a vine to connect at their leg. All of these rituals force the individual to place a certain kind of trust in nature and into the nature spirits in order to survive. But after they do, there is this deeply rooted respect, an undeniable bond between them. Animism is the belief that spirits infuse objects, nature, and the whole of existence. It is a fundamental principle for indigenous faith practices. Andean civilizations place Pachamama, or Mother Earth, at the very center of their existence. The Druids focused their spiritual practice on a reverence and connection with nature. In Taoism, the life force energy, or the Tao, is everywhere and constantly seeking balance, constantly seeking balance between all things. In indigenous spirituality, the earth is not just some rock in which we as humans inhabit, but in fact, the earth is the keeper of spirits of people, of our ancestors, of our history. The earth is life itself. You know, before sacred ceremonies, individuals provide offering to these spirits before even setting foot on sacred ground. Now, I got to be part of this smudging ritual that took place at a very old sacred magnolia tree, and before we were even allowed to step foot on the field, they gave us tobacco that we would sprinkle down as an offering, and we would wait until we got the message that it was okay for us to go. When a shaman or a medicine man goes to collect their herbs, they don't just pluck the plant out of the ground. They ask permission. They say to the plant, allow me to use you to heal somebody. And it's believed that if they don't ask that, then that plant will have no effect on the patient. We all have these animistic beliefs buried deep inside of us because of our ancestors. And it existed for centuries. This philosophy is of earth as us. But then with the rise of monotheistic religions and the colonization of Europe, most of these beliefs and practices were forced out and condemned. Sadly, many indigenous cultures were exterminated and nature wisdom was lost. But what did survive had to be passed down in secret from one generation to the next. This disconnection doesn't stop there. Finally came the Age of Enlightenment, where the greatest minds in the world put more emphasis on thoughts, the human mind, and its capabilities. Science was booming, nature was being broken down and studied, not for the benefit of connection, but rather to prove the superiority of the human species. The earth became a place to be conquered, dominated, farmed, plundered, and mined. Humans were the thinking masters, and nature became the unthinking, unfeeling servant. It's interesting how our evolution as a species is our greatest downfall. You know, the smarter we got, the less wise we became. There's a saying, and that I think it applies perfectly, and I'm sure you've all heard it. Being smart, or too smart for our own good.
Mm-hmm.
We have completely lost touch with the earth, with nature, with our own connection. Living in this Anthropocene age, we try to bend nature and the earth to our will, fighting over territory and ownership of resources. But there's a beautiful philosophy in Native American culture. There are over 10,000 different native languages among the tribes, yet none of them have a word for ownership or possession. To many of the indigenous tribes, the people didn't understand the concept of ownership. Coming from an earth as us mentality, there was a deeper understanding that nothing lasts. That like nature and everything in it, everything changes. So nothing can truly be owned. They aren't trapped in this false belief of possession and this addiction of more that causes us so much strife in this modern world. There is this universal suffering because we have been fed lies and that these false truths about what will make us happy. We need to break away from these harmful ideologies and seek out the balance where true harmony is stored. We need to reconnect with our deeper wisdom to find contentment. We suffer because we as a species aren't living to our full potential. We've ignored our connection. We've ignored this thread that we all have, this deep-rooted string that connects us to the truth, that we are a part of this planet, a part of Mother Earth. O So Hum is a Sanskrit term which means I am now. It speaks of that universal oneness, identifying oneself with the universe, as the earth, as nature, as spirit. We are all connected. Everything is connected. Everything is one. Om So Hum. When we breathe in fresh air, when we take in deep that oxygen, in fact, let's do that together. We can feel the healing, right? Doesn't it feel good? Now, take that feeling for a moment and realize that all the plants, the trees, the grass are sharing in that same feeling because they are breathing our carbon dioxide. We are not living in nature, we are a part of it. So now let's do that again, but this time with the awareness of that interconnected cycle and the knowing of where that oxygen is coming from and to who that carbon dioxide is going to. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and envision the tree, envision the grass. Breathe in the oxygen that it's giving off. And now exhale and see that plant, that grass, that tree, taking that in. Do you feel a little more connected? Do you feel a little more balanced? Do you feel a little more content? We are craving to reconnect with nature. And the more we connect, the stronger the thread becomes. And the stronger the thread becomes, the more spiritual we feel. Because we are tapping into that ancient wisdom through that frequency of the earth. So if you want to raise your vibration, go into nature. If you want to feel spiritual, go into nature. If you want to strengthen that thread, go into nature. But there are 4 steps I want you to be aware of. The first one is, make the time. You know, if you're going to go into nature, really bring your body there. Set aside a good amount of time to do it. The second one is, when you're there, really be there. Leave your electronics or other devices at home or in your pocket. Don't worry about taking a selfie. Really bring your mind to nature. The third step is connect with everything around you. Touch the trees. Take off your shoes. Be mindful of the sights. Listen to the sounds. Breathe in the taste. Bring all of your senses with you into nature. And the fourth step, and it's probably the most important, is share your experience with others. The more you tell your story, the more you relive it, and the more it stays with you. So as you can see, reconnecting with the earth is just as much an inside job as it is an outside one. What I hope you take away from tonight is that it isn't the earth and us, but really the earth as us. And understanding that there is a connection. There is a oneness between everything on this planet. We use a phrase here that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Well, I want to leave you with another one. A wise man once said, the universe created itself to experience itself through us. I'm going to say that again. The universe created itself to experience itself through us. Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm going to make the third G up.
Thank you so much, Rev Max, for that reminder. I know for myself, it's definitely true that when I'm down or anxious or whatever is going on, if I go out into nature, particularly with the four-leggeds, when I'm with the four-leggeds, forget about it, right? I mean, it's just, I'm filled and I remember. And that's what this is all about. It's about remembering. It's going to that place, whether it be our ancestors, whether it be other lives that we may have had, whatever it is, our connection to Source, for me, becomes ignited when I look in the eyes of the four-leggeds. And then there's the creepy crawlers, which I'm not so keen on, unfortunately. But, you know, the Jains believe ahimsa, not to kill anything, including the creepy crawlers. In fact, many Jains wear masks, not because of COVID, but because they don't want to kill the organisms that they're breathing in. If we can remember that, and if I can remember that, that will help me remember how we are all one and all connected.
I love that you talked about this. I think the thing that hits me the most is what you said about how we are part of the system and how we breathe in the oxygen and breathe out the carbon dioxide, and how the trees breathe in the carbon dioxide and breathe out the oxygen. It's a real representation of how the earth transmutes that which is not good for us. How the Great Mother takes care of us, even in our breath, in all of our pain. And in many Native American cultures, when we have pain, we put it in a container of sorts and we offer it back to the earth so that she can transmute our pain into life. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I really appreciate this. I want to tell you guys, I don't get out very much. I don't get out of the house very much. I'm studying all the time. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. And so my way of dealing with that, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. I bought a grounding mat. Do you guys know what that is? It's like this mat that you put on your bed and you plug it into the wall and it grounds you into the house. So when you are sleeping, you are grounded to the earth. And I want to tell you, I thought it was a bunch of hokey at first. I paid a lot for this mat and I was like, oh, this stuff don't work. But I want to tell you, my cats absolutely love it. It's like they love that mat. And so I think it does work now that I think about it. But I love being barefoot, and I love foresting ideas, you know, walking barefoot on the earth. I think that's one of the most important things we can do. And we should always walk softly on the earth because we walk always on our mother.
And we have a little bit of time, so if anyone would like to share your experience, how you connect with nature, or if anything came up for you during this sermon tonight.
This might sound silly, but my mom reminded me by putting your feet on the earth. My mom lived in the Northeast, and if she had visitors from the South who had never experienced snow, and if they visited during the snow, she purposely would take them outside and tell them to walk barefoot in the snow so they could sense and connect with the snow. And that's from an early age that I had that encouragement to walk on the earth. Don't be afraid. It's grass, it's water, it's snow. So thanks for bringing that memory up.
I always feel connected to the earth in so many different ways with my plants, with just every day looking out and seeing trees growing. It's just amazing. But there's this one tree outside of our sliding door. When we first got there 2 years ago, it was pretty big. And one day I was looking and I felt it saying, come out and hug me. So I did. I went out and I hugged the tree and I actually feel the oneness with it. And ever since it communicates with me. And in these last 2 years it got so big, I can't get my arms around it anymore. But it to me, it's a beautiful woman because the trunk is like this, but the bottom of the trunk looks like a woman's dress swirling. When a woman turns with a very flared dress, how it makes the swirls. Well, it has like swirls in the bottom.
That's awesome.
So it's just beautiful. Anyway, I thought I'd share them.
I want to read some of these from our viewers, okay? So, first of all, we're joined by Reverend Sarah. And she says, good evening from hurricane-ravaged Englewood. We also have Deb Markelon and Dr. Donna, who says, so wonderful to see you and hear that at least you are well. I know it was a very rough time. I don't know who she's speaking to about that. Oh, she's speaking to Sarah, gotcha. Okay. So anyway, that's their own private discussion there. Dr. Donna says, good points, Max. I've always loved hugging trees. And here's what I want to read from Sarah. When our 8 trees had to go after the hurricane, I sent them to tree heaven with a prayer of thanks for their long years of service. And I wish them a lovely eternity. We miss them. And Dr. Donna says that Vern says we are all created from the same stardust and must recognize that connection.
Absolutely. Anyone else? You know, I always thought it was kind of funny how you'd hear this like back in the day all the time, but like if someone wasn't feeling good, the doctor would prescribe them a week out in the country. Because it's healing. Thanks. Awesome. Well, we have a cool little ritual planned for you. So I'm going to play some music, but I want each of you to come up one at a time. And this isn't anything for anyone else, but this is for you to connect to this little bit of dirt that's here in this bowl. So I'm going to ask you to put your hands in the dirt. First, thank it for something, and then what you want to put into it. So I'm going to play a little music, and whenever you feel called. And Rev Mary and I will be up here with paper towels and hand sanitizer after you're So, as a gift for you all, I have little jars, and I'm going to place a little bit of the dirt for you to take home with you, so that you can use it in your garden, you can use it at home, you can use it in your favorite place to connect with the universe, to use however you want to, but you're being able to take a little bit of this sacred dirt that has all the intentions that we've all put into it.
And so now is the time that we ask, it's too small, we appreciate this community and all you've done to sustain us for all of these years that we've been here. We know that we love you guys and we know you love us, and we really appreciate the gifts that you give us.
And those of you who are watching us at home, there's lots of ways to give. Darshan Center 840 is where you can catch us on Cash App or Venmo. And we appreciate that. Thank you. You are my mother, you are my father, you are my lover, you are my friend. You're the beginning, you are the center, and you are beyond the end. You are the colors of the rainbow, you are the pure white light in me. You are the rivers, you are the mountains, Lord. You're the sun, you are the sea. And I love you so. You help me see, to see you at all is to see you in me. I'm in you and you're in me. I'm in you and you're in me. The branches of a tree, they may be many, but the tree you know is one. The petals of a lotus, have you noticed, are many, but the lotus is one. Gurus and swamis, teachers are many, but the truth is one. Prophets, religions, Lord, there's so many, but God is one.
Sing it with us.
And I love you so. You help me see you in all is to see you in me. I'm in you and you're in me. I'm in you and you're in me. You are Kali. You are compassion. The Divine Mother. Mother Nature. And I want to touch you. I want to feel you. Lord, I want to be by your side. I want to know you. I want to love you. I want to serve you all the time. You are my mother. You are my father. You are my lover. You are my friend. You're the beginning. You are the center. And you are beyond the end. And I love you so. You help me see you in all is to see you in me. And I love you so. You help me Yes, thank you. So I'm going to ask for us to please put our hands in prayer, blessing, posture, as I read the names of those who have asked for prayer. And so we ask you, Creator, Great Spirit, who are as expansive as the cosmos and yet as personal as our heartbeat, to continue healing for Connie and Subhash, Rabbi Rain, Sean, Vern, Paramananda, Rhonda, Bob, Shoshana, Mark, Hannah, Allison, Special K, Clara, Melissa, Wilma, for the well-being of Seacrest, Wolf Preserve, for strength and comfort and perseverance for all impacted by Hurricane Ian, especially our dear Reverend Sarah, all victims of war violence, the homeless, those suffering from oppression, those on the margins, all immigrants, migrants, and all sentient beings suffering on this planet. And I'm going to ask our dear beloved Nidal to please come up. And I'd like him to please sit here. Beanie, can you come? Christine, can you come forward too? And hold this. This is a bracelet. We're going to pray for our dearly beloved Nidal, for his health. And we're going to hold this is the Sacred Heart of Jesus bracelet. And we're going to ask everyone to bless this bracelet now. Bless Nidal and his continued healing and transformation, for all of the cells in his body to be working exactly the way they're supposed to be. And as he wears this bracelet infused with the energy of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, this will completely and totally restore him. Amen?
Amen.
Aho.
Aho.
Ashe. Thank you. Thank you. Love you. I have the announcements, yay. All right, so, and anybody who wants to be placed on the prayer list, please email me. It's very important. You must email me. You cannot just tell me, because if you tell me, I will forget. So you have to email me. It's important. And we're going to keep folks on there for like 2 weeks unless they ask me to keep them further. Wednesday night, Sister Chris Spiritual Support and Affirmation Circle's coming back October 19th. Yes, October 19th is going to be a 5-week continued spiritual support and affirmation circle. Thursday nights, Reiki. Reiki is in the house, 7:30 p.m. October 22nd, listen, anybody interested in going to the mala making workshop? Because I still have 4 seats left. 4 seats, so if you want to go and you haven't registered, you're not going to be able to just show up. You have to register on Eventbrite, okay? It's $40, and that actually goes mostly for Jeanette Lopez's supplies that she's bringing. You actually make and keep a mala. Okay, Eventbrite, $40, please. Get ready October 30th. Get ready for October 30th because that is Saints and Sages, Ascended Masters and Ancestors Night. And we're going to be doing a special service for that, and we want you to dress up for that in your favorite saint, sage, Ascended Master, Ancestor,
Totem animal.
Totem animal. Spirit ally. All right, I want to make one more plug about Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary. Listen, guys, we have an amazing doctorate in interfaith theological divinity. We have an amazing master's in interfaith theology. And it's amazing. I mean, it really is. It's amazing. And we have a couple of our students here that are going for that. But see me if you're interested in it, okay? It's a beautiful thing. We're credentialed by the Florida Department of Education. Okay, that's all I have, and then I have the closing prayer. So please pray with me. Thank you, Creator, Great Spirit, great mystery. The indigenous people have taught us that we need to be humble in your presence because we cannot know you, really know you. We can only remember. We can only remember. The indigenous people call you great mystery for a reason because it is a mystery. Thank you for reminding us that all we have to do is put our hands in the dirt. And we can get down and dirty in the dirt. And as we get down dirty in the dirt and wrestle with all the things of life on life's terms, we can absolutely be filled with the medicine that we need. In all of your names we pray. Aho.
Aho.
Amen.
Amen.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
And so it is. Om Shanti Shanti. Great way of closing. We'd like you to stand. If you can, if you feel it, you can dance. For sure, for sure.
All right.
Don't leave without your jar.
This is an open letter for you and me together. Tomorrow's in our hands now. I know words that matter, say them out loud and make it better somehow.
Looking down from up on the moon, there's a tiny blue marble. Who would have thought the ground we stand on could be so fragile? This is
about possessions, money or religion, how many years we might live, when the only real question that matters is still a matter of perspective. Looking down from up on the moon, it's a tiny blue marble. Who would have thought the ground we stand on could be so fragile? This is a love song to the earth. You're no ordinary world, diamond in the universe, heaven's poetry to us. Keep it safe, keep it safe, keep it safe. This is our world.
See, Mama Earth is in a crazy mess. It's time for us to do our best. From deep sea straight down to Everest, she under crazy stress unless you wanna be motherless. Clean heart, green heart, as well stress. Speediness and too much greediness. 6 billion people all on planet Earth. Some people think that this is harmless, but if we continue on, leaving emptiness.
This is a love song to the earth. You're no ordinary world, a diamond in the universe, heaven's poetry to us. Keep it safe, keep it safe, keep it safe. It's our world.
Namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Take your dirt.
Take your
Don't forget your dirt. Don't leave your mother here. Don't leave your mother here.